1, 2, 3, 4.
What's up, guys? Gene Fetty back at you with another episode of the All Access Podcast. Background's a little different today. We did survive snowmageddon 2026. However, it did turn my weekend into total chaos and preparation. And thank goodness for us, it was not nearly as bad as they made it out to be. We got a lot of snow, but north of us got like an extra foot over top of us. I see some friends down south that are covered in ice over top of snow and they're out without power. Like, we fared really well. However, that being said, man, I spent Saturday prepping everything, right? Making sure the generator would start. It wouldn't. Had a dead battery there. We've got a rental house. I had to go there. It's vacant. Get some water dripping to make sure that that was safe and not going to freeze. Just tons of prep that took way longer than I thought. And then the snow, right, as many of you know, like just dumped and dumped and dumped for hours. I spent a huge portion of Sunday, yesterday, out getting our driveway done a few times, my in-laws' driveway done, digging my mom out, digging the shop out. It was a lot. And by the end of the day, I was just physically exhausted. I totally planned on recording this yesterday, but to no avail. Saturday, we also had to shift. Every year, me and my daughter Elena go to the World of Wheels car show. We were planning on going Sunday. She was coming home from skiing on Saturday, and she's like, "Hey, Dad, we got to go tonight." Not only did they cancel the show for Sunday, but normally it would go till 9 o'clock. They backed it up to 7 o'clock. So it was a hurry up and get everything done. And although I like to think I'm a machine sometimes, I'm not. And I was just wore out and tired. Also, that being said, I did not get the Level Up landing page completed. Jean, I'm sorry, but it is coming. And like I said earlier, well, I guess the last show, Level Up is a go. I already have a couple of people who are ready to sign up. In fact, they've even offered to just send me money to ensure they have their spot. If you have reached out about the training, I will send you a personal message with the link to the site before I make it public. Also, some details to follow as that comes out, right? Like, I'll let you know when it's there. I'm sure we'll have some stuff on social media saying that it's open. Jean is supposed to join me at MTE podcast day, Friday, and hop on and we're going to talk about Level Up and talk about his new podcast, the PDR Universe. So while we're talking a little bit of Level Up, let me give you some ideas of some of the stuff that we're going to cover in the class. And I've got some notes here so I don't misspeak. So again, it's 3 days. It will be Thursday, February 26th, Friday the 27th, Saturday the 28th, all here in Pittsburgh at Dent Repair Now at my shop. Oh, excuse me. Need a little more coffee. So some of the stuff we're going to be working on are nasty, deep roof rail dents. When Jean puts these things in, kind of scares me a little bit, and I'm pretty good at glue pulling. But anyways, we're going to show you exactly how to tackle that. We have not in the past gone deep on cold glue, but as it continues to evolve, and Louie's like an hour early, so hold on one second. All right, so sorry about that. I work at the front desk dealing with the chaos of snowmageddon. Anyways, so back to Level Up. We're talking about rails. Cold glue. That's where we would want. So in the past couple of years, the last two, we've shown some cold glue, but we haven't gone deep with how cold glue has evolved, with like the Glexo Diablo, Sergio's color line, yellow, gold, whatever you want to call it, is one of my favorites. You can actually get into some pretty advanced work with cold glue. And in this class, we will be diving deep into that cold glue. We'll get into those rails, right? We'll get into blending and actual blending, working through that. And then again, part of what makes Level Up different or better is that it's all hands-on. It's almost like Jean or myself, or sometimes both of us, will give a demo on exactly how to do it, show you the techniques, and then you are right into it. You are live working on the car yourself, getting that real world experience, not just taking a look and seeing what's going on. Inside of all of that, and really generally as we go, we'll also talk about how I attack estimating, pricing, and selling these repairs to customers. So, right, so it's just a build. Then we're going to get into some nasty sharp dents, like teetering on stretched, and maybe not quite as deep as Olympic dents, but along those lines. And the techniques are all the same, right? Like you can take and dial that into whatever you need. But we both go after it, and it's one of my favorite lessons to teach in the class. First, because it surprises everybody, right? When you watch, it's much like a customer watching PDR. But when you watch me and John take our two approaches to these nasty sharp dents, we do it two different ways, but we both make it look like pretty simple to do. And everybody ends up being a little overconfident and goes over to their station. And then I enjoy the struggle, right? I enjoy watching the struggle and you getting to see just how difficult it is. And it's also cool to get the two perspectives on a lot of these repairs, with I attack it this way and Jean attacks it this way. Super interesting. Then we'll be moving into creases, and I don't mean like light creases. I mean like deep, nasty, sharp creases. We've got a cool tool that puts a gnarly, deep crease in. It's the style of crease that they do in some of the competitions, where if you miss, you are in trouble. And also working nasty dents through body lines and beginning to apply lateral tension to those body lines to help that move up. I've gotten to the point where I will hardly touch a dent on a body line without tension. I'm going to show you exactly how and why I use tension on that, how to move it, and just how much better it makes those repairs. Easier on your shoulders, cleaner end result. Fantastic approach. You're going to pick up on all of that. Then we are busting out the shrinking boxes. So working on deep stretched metal, actual shrinking of the metal back to a completed flat level. Again, everybody will get hands-on with that and show you exactly how we do it. And then, right, working a little bit more difficult stuff. Jean is going to get into some extremely sharp stretch dents to get those going. And then we're going to work into unfolding and working up some smash repair. So, right, right, live recording today. So we're going to work together and create some smash damage, some gnarly stuff. And then, through using stuff like Porta Power and tension, Kiko's K powers, the JVF retention tool, some glue pulling, we're really going to set you up and help you walk through and work through not just moving the metal, but unlocking and getting that metal to flow. And it's almost like magic when you can slow down and take your time and unfold and work the metal. We'll also be diving into, depending on where you're at and what you want to learn, because we'll sort of break up into some sessions, marketing. So website stuff, social media, content creation, estimating, sales. This class, I really think, is one of the best things you can do for your career. And I guess I'm biased, right, because I'm teaching it. But we're not just showing you theory. We are putting you on the metal, right? We're going to show you, teach you theory, and then make you apply that theory. We're not just letting you watch, we're putting you hands on. And then we're also going to give you the tools to be able to make more money, right? Build your business better, create your content better, and of course sell, because it doesn't matter. Any of those don't matter if you can't get cars in front of you to fix. So super excited for Level Up. Again, keep an eye on social media. I've got a good handful. In fact, there's a potential that this could sell out just with the DMs that myself and Jean have received. So if you're interested, shoot me or Jean a DM, and as soon as that sales page is live and open and you can register, I will send it over to you. For the one gentleman who said, like, hey, I'll send you a deposit now, don't worry, dude, I will shoot you a message first in front of everybody to ensure that you got your spot, so don't sweat that. All right, so it is Monday, January 26th, because this is going to get sent out live as soon as I'm done. Well, not live. It'll be loaded, uploaded. Anyways, you know what I mean. It'll be published as soon as I'm done. So that means for myself, in 31 hours, I will be hopping on a plane to get out of the frozen tundra that is Pittsburgh and head down to mildly warmer Orlando. I think we're in for a cool week, but not a cold week. So I will freaking take it, and I guarantee there will not be a foot of snow on the ground in Orlando. So what are we going to do at MTE? First, I want to keep that invite open because I have a couple of spots left if anybody wants to come on. Friday morning at 10 o'clock, I open the Radio Row show with a recording of the All Access podcast right here. If you'd like to hop on and do a few minutes, little interview, talk about whatever you want to talk about. We can talk about MTE. I'm going to have Jean on, and then I believe Josh Dragos is also going to join us. Anyways, I've got a couple more spots to get in there. If you'd like to be interviewed, come on and talk about something, bring it on. Again, shoot me that DM, and I'm happy to do it. Wednesday, if you are a beginner, if you are newer in the business, you can probably still sign up. 101 day, Beginner's Day, starts, I believe, at 1 o'clock. I think I am the 1 o'clock session for PDR. I'm teaching you all about glue pull, how to get strong, effective pulls every time, how to use glue to make repairs easier and better. Also, it is a firm belief of mine that when you're learning PDR, glue pull repair is the absolute best way to start without getting into all the science behind that and psychology. Trust me, it works. And actually, Mac, who's working out right there, is a prime example of exactly. Yep, he's through. Flipped me the bird. That's nice. That's a good kid right there. Anyways, I'm glad we have the relationship that we have, and we can jag around and have fun like that. Anyways, I truly believe that glue pull repair is the best foundation you can lay to begin learning PDR. So Wednesday, Beginner's Day. Thursday's Education Day. Now, I'm biased that you should stop at my 10 o'clock talk for Kiko, unlocking and staying unlocked in your repairs using glue pull. We're gonna talk about how to unlock metal, keep it unlocked through the entire repair and flow. And I know Kiko's got a couple new things coming out. I will be debuting those at that talk, so don't miss out. And then at 3 o'clock, we've got the Shop Owners Roundtable. Myself, Matt Moore, Doug Hillius, and hopefully, if they're not snowed in, Andy and Amanda Patrick, all to share our knowledge. And if Andy and Amanda do end up snowed in, Doug's not snowed in, and I'm not snowed in, and Matt's not snowed in. So you'll still get at least three great perspectives on shop ownership, business ownership, and some of the challenges and challenges you face and how to attack them. So don't miss those. But I wanted to talk a little bit about Education Day and give you some of my go-tos that I will be trying to get into myself, at least for part of it, because I have presentations. So kicking it off at 9 a.m., this is the third in a three-part series from Kevin Bird and Dave Shalott. They've talked about the business, wholesale, building things. This session, I really want to get to, they're talking about fiscal responsibility. And that is somewhere that I know a lot of business owners can struggle. A lot of PDR techs can struggle. This, I think, is going to be their best presentation yet. If I can't get it, I will be sure to buy it on Dents Layer, right? Because they will likely record it and get us going. Oh, man. So that is 9 a.m. On Thursday. You don't want to miss that for sure. Where do we go from there? At 10 o'clock, it is me unlocking repairability. Now that is if you are working more difficult damage, if you're doing smashes and things like that. If you are more on the hail side of things, at 10 o'clock, right up against me, is Dan Ontrop, Chasing Hail Without Sacrificing Family. Dan is like one of those dudes that's pretty quiet. He doesn't have a huge presence online, but he's incredibly intelligent and savvy when it comes to business. So if you're not looking at how to unlock metal, I would go see Dan O, as he's known online, and check out his proficiencies, right? Like that's what it's all about. Up next, interesting one here at 11 o'clock that hopefully, if I'm not stuck in too many conversations, I can make it to. Understanding and unlocking total losses with James Carducci and Noah Hebert. Noah runs DenOps, super smart guy. And in today's world, right, with increased salvage value on some of these cars, we are seeing more and more insurance companies totaling out hail cars and then putting them on the resale market. Pay attention to that class. I know they have ways to help get you paid for it and to help work your customer. And this is something that's sort of newer to a lot of PDR businesses, is dealing with these total losses. So like, go check that out. That is a must-have. Adding paint, chip, and scratch repair profit to your business. Also at the same time as Noah's total loss seminar. Very interested in that. As we are getting into larger and larger smashes with a lot of customers like myself who absolutely can't stand paint work. Like, I am personally way more okay with a touched up spot than refinishing my panel on my car if we're talking about my own personal stuff. We have Touch Up RX, there's Dr. Color Chip. If you're not so much worried about total losses, right, and you're looking for some add-ons, I think that paint, chip, and scratch repair is something that we need to be looking closer at. I know that's on our hit list for 2026. So, all right, check that out. Up after that, we had, right, so here's maximum PDR profits. Dent Ops is back, Noah. That's at 1 p.m. I got to present with Noah at the Hail Expo last summer. This is a smart dude. Dent Ops is a very smart company. Hop on and check that out if you really want to talk about maximizing what you've got going on. And then also, interesting at the same time, this is what I love and hate about Education Day is like, I wish there was more time for classes and it wasn't like putting two very interesting classes up against each other. Artificial intelligence for PDR and collision estimating. Guys, whether you realize it or not, AI for estimating is already here. In fact, one of the body shop groups, I guess I'm in, it's not a forum anymore. One of the body shop groups I'm in, they were talking about how now when they were calling one of the insurers, they weren't even getting a human. They were, in essence, arguing with AI. So it's something to keep an eye out for. Also, with AI, there are the drive-through hail estimating tunnels. There are, on the collision side, I know that they are taking photos, and from that photo, compared to other photos with similar damage, they are supposed to be writing estimates. AI is here. Super interesting. Man, I really wish these were recorded. That's a tough one. I think I may have to attend that one myself. Coming on up. So there's a lot of detail, classes, which is good, right? But we're talking PDR. Up at 2:00, the basics of a PDR business with Mike Wall and Tommy Clayton. So those guys are board members. I guess we call it board members of NAPDRT, board of directors. There we go. Always smart, good business advice in there. And two long-term veterans of the space, always worth sitting down, especially if you're a little bit newer to the business or you're thinking about getting into the PDR business. Mike and Tommy are kind of like no BS guys, and they're going to give it to you the way they see it. And then Dan O is back on also at 2:00. Again, if you're more of a hail person, Hail Trail cheat codes, maximize your efficiency and your profits, right? So what I've learned, especially watching somebody like Jean, is so much of hail production, right? I mean, one tech producing comes down to efficiencies. When the one efficiency that Jean showed at Advanced Skills was when he was working the side of the car. He would put his light out in front of him, and you can't see, but right, put his foot on the stand and he's working, and then he's moving down on his cart. Instead of standing up to move his light, he's able to move it in and out and back and forth with his legs. Again, just one of those small little efficiencies that make a huge difference, and they compound as you try to do more and more hail. The more seconds you can shave, the more cars you'll get done at the end of the day, right? It really is all about that. So certainly, I guarantee there's some gold mines in Danos. So those are our two PDRs at 2:00, and my 2 cents on each of those. And then 3:00, you have to come to the Business Owners Roundtable. Like, where else would you go unless you don't own a business? But anyways, with that, if you were thinking about maximizing, growing, are you curious, is a shop for you? Is a shop not for you? What struggles do you have when you open a shop, right? The Shop Owners Roundtable, we are going to dive into all of that, and if you add it up, we're knocking on 100 years of experience standing in front of you in that room. Incredible stuff. And then if you're not interested in business, body shop hail deals and production from chaos to cash. Oh man, that's a good one too. I definitely can't attend that one since I'm speaking at the Business Owners Roundtable. Keith Hebert and Daniel Campbell. Man, that's interesting. I hope somebody's recording that. I'm going to have to talk to Noah and see if they're recording that session. If you're working body shop hail deals, that body shop can be your best friend and your best production advocate, right? And get things done. Or it can be the biggest bottleneck you're going to run into and can kill your storm. I guarantee there's a ton of information in there. I'm going to have to talk to Sheldon. Sheldon, if you listen, we got to figure out how to spread these out so more people can go to more classes. Maybe even, and I think I may have suggested this for Vegas, like do more classes on show day. Because I would gladly take an hour away from the floor one day to go sit in a great class, right? Like I think there's a lot to that. Anyways, pretty cool. And then at 4 o'clock, the Octagon, an MTE conversation. I'm not really sure what's going on, but it sounds like a big giant MTE roundtable. So maybe I need to wrap up and get in there and voice my opinion on getting more spaces or more spots for education. That is a lot. And guys, I really hope that this is not too loud in the background. I've got the noise canceling on the mic, but I've got two guys beating on cars right in the shop right there. Shannon snowed in at home. She prepped and took everything home for it. We've got cars that dropped off Friday to get fixed. I got another customer who should be here any minute. Right, blessed to have this, but it makes a little bit of chaos when you throw it all together. So, sorry the show was late. Snowmageddon messed me up. I guess maybe I should have been more prepared, but if it came down to being prepared or getting the show out on time, I had to be prepared, just in case. And for the most part, didn't need anything other than my snowblower and snow shovel, so thank goodness for that. I can't wait to see all of you at MTE. I hope not too many of you get stuck and can't make it because of the snow, and more importantly, like that southern and Midwest, all the ice and then the frigid temperatures. Ugh, not fun. Check on your friends that are down there. Make sure they are okay. Again, Level Up landing page is coming very, very soon. If you are on my DM list, if you've DM'd me about training, about the Level Up course, I promise I will get it out to you first before anybody else. There is a possibility that this thing sells out before we even make it public. We've got a lot of DMs from last year of people that couldn't make it, wanted to make it. Hey, next year. Well, next year's here, and it's more affordable than last year. Come see me talk at MTE. Let's hang out and BS. If you want to be on the show, pop in for 5 minutes. Just say hi. Hit me up with a DM. I go on Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, right? 10 a.m. MTE Standard Time. And we'll go for about 45 minutes or so. So I've got time. Again, excited to have Jean and Josh on to talk. I've got to go get some stuff packed up. Got to get my camera gear ready. I'm going to try to record my 3 talks and put them up on the Dent Repair Now website. So, barring any technical issues, and technical issues certainly can happen, we will have the talks up available for you for free. Just some way I like to give back. So keep an eye out for those links. Not live streamed, just up. And then the next episode will be from MTE, recorded live. I don't know that we'll stream. We might not have good enough Wi-Fi, but we will be recorded. It will be uploaded and ready to go for next Monday morning. You can find out what's going on at MTE, get to learn about some people, find out more about Level Up, and we'll go from there. As always, follow us on social media at Dent Repair Now. Especially head over and hit my Facebook for that. That's getting some real traction. Kind of excited to see the growth with like a 25% increase in followers in 12 days. So I'm going to keep trying to put out good content, and you guys keep trying to go and interact and like it. Anyways, happy Monday. Glad you survived the snow. If you got hit with the snow, I will see you guys in hopefully way sunnier Florida next week. Thanks so much. See you guys.